Well, guys, I have just wrapped up the 2.8 main story and the segue, or segu, however you call it, seg, I think it's called. And wow, honestly, there is a lot to go through with spoilers, but so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a spoiler-free review because I am quite early, I think, because the quest is only like maybe 4 hours long in total for both of them. So what I'll do is I'll give a spoiler-free review, and then I'll do a spoilers review. This video will mostly be spoilers, so if you guys haven't played through it, then proceed with big caution, and if you don't care or have played through it, then enjoy the video, I guess. So my initial thoughts are that I think the quest is okay, especially the first quest, the actual story quest. I think it was around 2 hours, 30 minutes, something like that. It's not bad. It is not bad. I don't think it's like absolute cinema or anything. I think it's just okay, you know, solid, right? It is solid. I think the only gripe that I have with it is the final boss. They recycled an asset and it doesn't really make sense. Well, I mean, I guess I can just say it without much spoilers, but they used the false sovereign asset when, of course, there's no dark tide at all, which confused me a bit, but that's the only thing I can really, like, knock it for. I think, like, everything else, I think is pretty good, right? The music, cinematics were good, like, the cutscenes, the in-game cinematics as well, just Chisa talking, for example, us talking, it was all really well done and extremely polished, especially for an update that's about to go into 3.0, like, that is crazy. And I think for the seg part, I actually really enjoyed that one as well. I really, really enjoyed it. This is, honestly, the seg is the proper quest, in my opinion, because this is when shit goes down. But it's also really nice, and it just slows things down as well. I kind of like the seg a lot more than the main story quest. That's just me. I don't know how we're all feeling about that. So to end off the spoiler-free review for both of them, I would say that the main story was solid, the seg was good. All in all, it's not that bad. At the end of the video, I will give a spoiler-free rating, so I will just give like a time or put it in the YouTube chapters of when to skip to. Anyways, you have been warned. We are going on to the spoiler segment. So first off, I want to start with how we actually get here. I think how we get here is, you know, it's pretty okay. Because what I hate is like contrived stuff, right? Stuff that happens because it needs to. But I think it's a good segue. Obviously, we get frequencies from Leviathan's gem, from the Black Shores analyzing it, and there's a bunch of other frequencies that have escaped, and Honami is partly one of them. Obviously, we get the help of Buling for that, and the rift opens, and I think that's getting there is pretty good. There are a few aspects of getting there as well, like the scene where we are just running through sort of like upside down roads and just things floating. Very Sonorosphere-esque, you know, it's very good, very true to Sonoros after all. I think Chisa is a very well-handled character, although I would love to see more of, like, the toll that it takes on her seeing people disappear for 2 months. Because she was in there for 2 months, she literally said that she doesn't want to get used to people disappearing every day. I did want to see more of maybe that toll, because, you know, if you were in there for 2 months and have to see people disappear for 2 months, you'd either become numb to it or like succumb to it, kinda, in a way. But I think she was handled pretty well. The voice acting was pretty good as well. I like that. The final boss was the only thing I could say maybe they could have done a bit more on, but they have recycled boss assets in the past for stuff. But yeah, we have a lot of cute moments with Chisa, which is to be expected, right? I feel like it's very tropey, which I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at all. I mean, obviously, Chisa, I've waited forever for Chisa, so it's kind of like a good payoff for me personally. But like for a story thing, it's okay. It's okay. Honestly, it doesn't ruin it at all, because at the end of the day, right, it's sort of, they are definitely playing off of a trope there. Same with Chu Yuan. He was a huge tropey character. A lot of this happens in the seg as well. We literally like go on a date with her, pretty much just walk around the city, go on some swings, you know, get shit from a vending machine. So yeah, very, very tropey. I mean, she calls us senpai, for fuck's sake. Twice, actually. Twice. Insert my senpai reactions right here. What the hell did she just call me? She called me senpai. What the fuck? She's called me it again, bruh. You can stop calling me that for now. Hold on, that title takes a little getting used to. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, those are my reactions to that. Yeah. Oh, dear, man. Honestly, I was caught off guard, I'm not going to lie. But of course, you know, it makes sense. She's a quote-unquote student, and Rover is technically like a teacher, senior figure. So senpai actually does work in that case. It's not like Yandere Simulator or anything like that. The meat and drink of this comes when we actually have the party. I am actually so happy that we got to see dynamics between the likes of Chisa, Shawkeeper, Booling, and Camellia. Honestly, my favourite part was when Camellia just rocked up and started saying, Chisa, you look strong. Mind if I battle you in due time? Like how Camellia would. And then also when Shawkeeper and Chisa were just having this awkward-ass moment just in front of Rover. It was very, very funny, actually. I kind of enjoyed it. Just seeing these characters mingle. Kuro has definitely listened on that because obviously, you know, we have campaigned for characters returning in quests, and then there we go. But it does feel like they're really involved, and it feels, you know, a lot more alive. It actually, like, the world is actually going on outside of, you know, our story, and it's good to see these characters get involved as well. Another thing that I liked was, I'm not sure, I think it was in the main story, I did forget to add this, but they did a perspective switch similar to Honkai Star Rail, and I think they need to do this more because we do need to focus on the characters more, not just the characters through Rover's perspective, but the characters through their own perspectives. I feel like that definitely does help sort of build their characters up a lot more. But yeah, that's that. Back to the party. I think it was pretty fun. I liked the cutscene where they're all just interacting, you know. It just felt very natural and very real. Kuro Games has clearly learned a lot, and I'm talking a lot. And honestly, I'm really, really happy about that because this quest is not like Absolute Cinema. It's not anything like that. It's nothing like 2.7. It's kind of like a slice of life, I think. So for what it is, I really did enjoy it. And lastly, the Lahai Roy teasers. Oh my god, man. What on earth is happening? The rift opening up in Hanami, and then Rover's frequencies getting sucked out? Brother, what is going on? And then the radio talking to us, like, how do they know we're on the other end? Who is talking to us? Like, they're talking like a mother, like, I hope I did well or something like that. Like, who the fuck's that? Honestly, could it be the goddess? You know, the goddess that we saw? I doubt it. We are going to Lahai Roy next. It's so clear. And we've actually got a way of going there already because we actually used a plot device in the beginning of the main story to locate Neon Tower, my tower. And we're going to use that same plot device to locate, well, navigate our way through the rift when 3.0 comes out. So that is really, really good. I really, really like how it's all tying together. And all the Lahai Roy stuff is coming. I'm really liking it. They've actually done quite well with teasing it, I feel, in a natural way. Not like a, here's the next region, in your face, in your face, in your face. We've actually just got a teaser. Not too much, not too little. And I actually can't wait for the drip marketing as well. Because the Lahai Roy sort of like teasing event starts when the Game Awards is on. Well, December 11th, I think. So, yeah, we might actually have a huge drop at the Game Awards, which I'm really looking forward to. But ultimately, now it's time to give my final rating. All in all, like for both stories, I'm not going to rate them individually, but I think for both stories, I would give it an 8.7 out of 10. I think the boss drags it down from like an 8.9 to an 8.7 because at the end of the day, it doesn't have much weighting, but it would just be better if they didn't have, you know, the false sovereign. So it's a shame, but at the end of the day, you know, they did well with everything else, I feel. Like the exploration and stuff, all that was really, really good. Even though the map was not entirely that free to explore, I feel like they did a good job with designing it. I love the design of this map. And it gives me hope, you know, that they can design urban areas in the future because they did really, really well with this. But yeah, 8.7 out of 10. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? what is your favourite part about these quests. And yes, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye for now.